Hey, board gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot. This time taking a look at another unboxing. We're looking at Big Sur, a tableau building game with cards, all about the Big Sur Highway. It's designed by Mondo Davis and published by 25th Century Games, who sent us this review copy. Let's get right to that table and see what's inside this box. All right, designed by Mondo Davis and with art from Tristram Rossin. And this is for 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 minutes. Beautiful little card game. I played the prototype version a while back. Not sure what changes have been made, so I'm not going to quite do an overview over here, except for the things that I do remember. It's been a while since I did that overview. This is the official rule book. Shows that they have 69 highway cards. That's the ones that you're going to take in your hand. And they're multi-use from the standpoint that one side has the road that you're building, and the other side is the resources that you can use, that you can spend to build those roads. And then the landmark cards, those are the ones that you can draft and to put on top of your road, and they'll give you in-game scoring or engine building things, score pad, and of course the first player marker. It takes about 30 minutes, and it's for 2 to 4 players. There's a visual representation of the setup and how it's going to go. You're basically drafting cards from a market, like 2 if I remember right, and then you'll play 1 into your tableau as you're building out the road, and then you can also draft those landmark cards. That's the specific mechanism that I don't quite remember. This is the overview. The parts of the card, you can see there's kind of the recipe fulfillment there, what you need to play that card. And on the back side of the card, it shows you what the resources you can get if you spin that card. So sort of like Forest Shuffle from that standpoint, where a typical tableau builder where you're drafting cards, but you want to use them either to play as their ability or as the resources. Because, you know, in Forest Shuffle, you got to spin these cards and hopefully you can match with the bonuses. Same general principle, but done differently in this game. We talk about how to play. You're going to take 2 highway cards. That's every turn. You'll always be doing that. And then if you want to, you can build a highway. That's optional. And if you want to, you can claim a landmark. If you have certain things in your highway built out, you can claim those landmarks. You can only do 1 per turn, even if you qualify for more of them. And like I said, some of them are going to be about scoring. Some will be about engine building. The game will end when there are no more cards in the highway deck after refilling the depot at the end of the turn. And then we've got some scoring. We'll score for your 1 point per mile in your stretch. That's a stretch is at least 3 icons of the same scenery. So if you can connect those icons up, you'll score that way. You can have more than 1 stretch of highway, of course, but you want like the forest stretch and the ocean stretch, and you'll do that. You'll get 2-mile bonuses. Some of the cards, they're either 1, 2, or 3 miles, if I remember right. And the 2-mile ones, since they're not doing the other things that the 1 and 3s do, they give you a bonus for putting those out, even if it's not part of a stretch. And then landmarks. If you can get those landmarks out, you'll score some points. 1 to 2 will give you 3. Getting 5 or more gives you 8. And then some of the landmarks will also give you game in scoring abilities to add to your score. I mean, that's a pretty simple game. Mondo Davis makes games that has, or at least the games that I've played by Mondo, they're games that have simple mechanisms. There was this color game that was fantastic. I really liked it. It had like paint splotches on it, color splash or something like that, and it was fantastic. But it was, just kind of that Knizia-esque. I'm going to give you a game with few rules overhead, but it's going to have some deep choices as you play it. We've got scorecards, lots and lots of scorecards, and an extra bag for tokens, I guess. I don't know what that's for, because there's not much in the game, if I remember right. It's just cards and a first player marker. You get those extra bags. It's great, though. You do have this really cool marker. I don't think that came with the little prototype version that I had. Little wooden chip with California Highway 1 on there. Beautiful. I like it. And then the cards, I'll just show you real quick. I'll show you a couple of cards real quick so I can demonstrate what we're talking about. And then I'm heading off to the FLGS in just a second, so I'll get this played with Mitchell. Because I want to see how it turned out. All right, there we go. And there's those cards I told you about. Lots of different cards, 69 different cards. But you'll see, kind of tells you what that, rocks, what the resource that it's giving you there. and then how long of a stretch it is. It's a 1 mile stretch. These are the icons. It's got leaves and it's got the trees, and you're trying to build those in order. You can get at least 3 of them. You'll score some points. And then what it costs to build that card. It's going to cost you like an iron and a rock, of course, like a steel girder type thing. Hard hat construction or water. Some of them give you engine building. So look, this is always, these little 1 miles are going to always give you these symbols for the next time you play other cards. Whereas the 3 miles don't give you that, but they're giving you some of these, I guess, rarer symbols. And then you can see the 2 mile ones there. These have little words on the middle. Score points equal to half the miles in your longest stretch rounded down. Okay, so the ones will give you a little engine building, and the 2s will give you some in-game scoring or other things. I guess it's all in-game scoring. And then 3s, I set up to 3, but here's a 4 mile there. So they got some longer stretches. There's another 4 mile. Double trees. Okay. So that probably helps for some of the scoring cards. In fact, let's take a look at some of those landmark cards. Isn't that weird? These came in this kind of package, and these came in this kind of package. Interesting. I'm not a publisher. I don't know why some of these things are different like that. And then we've got people. Oh, this is neat. There's people that are taking photos as if they're on the Big Sur Highway. That's awesome. Really cool. Some cool selfies, lots of different pictures as you look at all the different, like here's Cone Peak and Big Sur Inn and the Fisherman's Wharf. I've never been on the Big Sur, at least not that I remember. So none of these look familiar to me, but they look very interesting. Moss Landing, Pfeiffer Beach. And of course, all of them give you a little stuff here. So we got when scoring double the miles of the highway card below this card. That's cool. Place it in the right place. When scoring, add 3 miles to the highway card below. So again, you're scoring more points there. All right. So lots, what did I say? Like 20, 25 or so, 20 of these landmark cards. So, and not everyone are going to come out every game, so it's going to make it a little bit different. That's the stuff for Big Sur. All right, that's everything you get in the box of Big Sur tableau game. Cool theme. Any highway would have been great. Hey, could have done River Road here in Louisiana, or the Gulf Shores stretch of highway. But Big Sur is well known. I can see why they chose this. I think Mondo Davis is from out there, so obviously it's a great theme. It was a game that my memory was very low rules overhead, easy to play, but lots of interesting, juicy choices that you had to make in using what cards am I going to use to spend for resources, or am I going to try to save this card so that way I can get some in-game scoring or some engine building. Some cool choices. I'm looking forward to playing this. Thanks thanks to 25th Century Games for sending us this review copy. We'll try to get this played and covered pretty soon. But until next time, laissez, bon temps, rouler.